Hello, race fans, and welcome to Off Camber TV's coverage of the Northwest Truck Series, sponsored by Walls Beard Co., Sarge's Place, Volt Vapes, The Hungry Dragon, and Sim Stuffs. Tonight, these drivers will do battle at the half mile, affectionately referred to as the Paperclip Martinsville Speedway, for the Sasquatch Crossing 75, being simulcasted live on iRacing.com/live. After 150 laps of bumper-to-bumper action around the speedway, will it be Mark Walls, the only winner this season standing in victory lane, or will we see a new face hosting tonight's trophy? Covering tonight's race will be myself, and joining me in the broadcast booth is, as always, Donovan Johns and Katie Reed. How are you guys doing tonight?
Oh man, I know I said I'm excited to watch some racing tonight, but Martinsville is one of my top picks of all time. Excited to see what these guys can do. I want to see somebody, anybody, put the pressure on the Mark Walls, put a new truck into victory lane, and let's see some awesome, amazing door-to-door banging racing.
Yeah, I'm just as excited. You know me, I'm a big fan of this truck, and on short tracks like this, nothing wrong with that. Some big action on this track. It's pretty exciting, and we have some pretty close times as well. Everyone's not so spread apart, especially up in that top five, top 10 area. So this will be fun.
Yeah, top five right now in qualifying. You have 46 Sean Bryceman sitting on provisional pole with a 19.214, and the gap all the way back to fifth is only a tenth of a second. A lot of these guys have got these trucks dialed in and ready to get racing here.
Yeah, watching these guys in practice and qualifying, there is a lot of very excellent handling trucks. These guys Tuesday night have turned quite a few laps. They have got these vehicles dialed in. Looking forward to some really strong dog bear racing. The Atlas team is looking very strong as well. Andrew Williams laid down a P7 qualifying time right now. So excited to see how they're going to be able to negotiate traffic on this beautiful little paperclip and see what can happen.
Yeah, I'm taking a look through the times right now, the qualifying times, and it looks like Wayne Hutchinson picked up a few spots from 10th to 6th, and we have Dan Stucci from 11th to 8th. And it looks like some guys have dropped as well. Chad Barker from 2nd in practice to 9th in the field right now, as well as Jeff Stabnow was 9th and is now sitting 15th. So a couple of guys moving up and down the board. So this will be interesting once we get this race lined up.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic to see Mr. Twinkie not starting in the top two, top three. He definitely made an error in those two qualifying laps and is going to be fighting through the field to get up there again.
Got the two of Trick Barrington coming out to make his qualifying attempt. He and Carl Burke are the only two trucks not to take time so far. We have 21 scheduled to grid here tonight. A lot of trucks on a very, very short track. And we might have, yeah, we still standard two, last qualifying and two, tears down the wall coming out at two. Not going to get a time in on this lap. We'll see if he can get a hold of that truck and try to get around here cleanly this time.
Yeah, and while he's doing that, I do want to make note of the fact that we have had Mark Walls win the past two races. But apart from that, Drew Lalonde has actually won each pole as well. So he's also on a good line to win. Now, he was pretty fast in practice, third fastest, has gained one spot, but unfortunately that doesn't look like it'll be enough for the pole, so he will cut that streak short to two races. But I doubt that he'll be that slow during the race. He might get right up to the front because Brightsman, I know, is his teammate, but they're here to do business for sure.
Yeah, Dog Bear Racing taking up the first four spots. 5 out of the top 6.
Speaking of Dog Bear and those runners, I ran into Chad Barker right outside the booth here. Real quick, let me flag him in. Chad, how's it going there, brother?
Not the greatest, I guess.
What happened in qualifying there, real quick?
I got greedy off of four and broke the back end loose and had to catch it. And was able to save it from hitting the wall, but I probably lost 3 or 4 tenths.
Yeah, it looks like you are going to roll out here in 9th position tonight. That's a position you're not familiar with, really, here.
No, it's not. Guess we're just gonna take it easy and see what happens. Looks like Brightsman nailed a heck of a lap, and we'll see how this goes. Who knows?
All right, go strap in, go do some racing. We're going to go grid up.
Thanks, guys.
Always nice to have a calm Chad Barker in the room here. I don't think here in the next 75 miles or so, what are we doing, 150 laps tonight?
Yep.
He's going to be nearly that calm. Real quick before we do roll off, those of us in the Northwest also are involved in the Pacific Majors, which is a Northwest ran, but a regional series with many other clubs. We have suffered a loss within our numbers. One of our fellow racers, Nick Hunt, unfortunately lost his daughter in the last couple of recently here. Our hearts go out to you. Hopefully everything is going to be well with your family. All of us, we're very saddened for you, and sending our love and support.
All right, pace car decides to go ahead and roll off here. We're going to go through tonight's starting grid. 46 is Sean Brightsman on pole. Got a 31 to Drew DeLon in P2. D. Palmer in the 23 truck right behind them, sitting in third. And Mark Wall is going to round out the second row. You got Brian Barnes in fifth, Wayne Hutchinson in sixth, Andrew Williams coming in at seventh. Eighth goes to Dan Stussy, Chad Barker in ninth, and Andy Vogt is going to round out your top 10. 17 of Ryan Main sitting P11. 12th went to Gary LaViolette. Jared Morgan in 13th. John Ottenbacher in 14th. You got 15th going to Jeff Stabnow. Kip Leo in 16th. 17th, Scott Kukas. Gary Nichols in 18th. Scott Hutchinson 19th. And rounding out your field is going to be Trenton Barrington and Carl Burke in 20th and 21st.
I do want to make a note of it, however, that Trenton Barrington put in a nice qualifying effort in 20th, but it seems he disconnected before the grid came up, so he is not here right now. And neither is Carl Burke in 21st, so 19 trucks on the track.
All right, pace car is off. Riceman's going to lead him coming out of turn number 4 here.
Green flag.
Green flag is out, and we are underway here for the Sasquatch crossing 75 at Martinsville.
Oh, Drew, supposed to say Drew Lalonde smacked the wall coming out of 2 there real hard.
Yeah, he was our second place starter there. He's fading back to the pack right now. Up front, we have our leader, Sean Brightsman, leading the 29 of Mark Walls, moving up through the field right now with 23 of D. Palmer right behind him.
Ooh, a little shot from Wayne Hutchinson to the back of the 18 in the back here. Still, Ray's trying to get in single file, get in where they fit in. Sean Brightsman up front pulling away from Mark Walls, who's taking over the second position in front of the 23 of D. Palmer, working their way down the backstretch into turn number 3.
Yeah, got Scott Kukas on the bottom of the backstretch.
Yeah, my little
Have a little bit of a
brony
wreck
in
24.
85 already
Yes,
coming into pit lane.
96 and 24 got into each other on the backstretch. They're now back up to speed. The 96 is side by side with the 10 of Andy Vogt. Can they hold it through the turn? Looks like the 68's gonna try. Oh, the 10 is drifting way too high, riding that wall. That is not gonna work. Almost 3 wide for a moment there, back behind him with the 91 of Scott Hutchinson and 24 of Jeff Stav now. A little bit of pushing and shoving going through there, trying to take. Oh, 68.
Ooh,
in front of
yeah.
him.
Violet's going to take over that position, diving
Oh,
into turn number 1. 24 is around almost. He
Yeah,
saves it.
stab now into the door, losing it, catching the grass.
Yeah, the looks like the 10 passed the 96 for a moment there. The 96 coming back now. Don't know what happened to him. He was fading and then the 10 passed him, but he's catching back up. Trying to get back up to speed to challenge Andy Vogt again. Oh, as he gets a little loose off that corner.
Quite possibly, again, somebody, maybe the 96 didn't put in the correct setup.
Oh, that might have happened. You're right. That does happen from time to time, unfortunately.
Hey,
We're
keep
just
in-
going through the field.
Yeah, keeping my eyes on the back here. The number 8 truck of Gary Nichols, the 24 of Stabnow, and the 91 of Hutchinson are just in a heated battle back here for 15, 16, and 17.
Stab now trying to peek to the inside of Gary Nichols. Not going to be able to get there. Here he goes again. Thinks twice about it. Hits the grass coming out of turn 2. Gets a little squirrely, and Gary Nichols going to make his way up to battle with the 91 on the inside of the 91. Coming out of turn 4. 91 hits the wall a little bit. And he's got some pretty bad connection issues right now. 91 is suffering.
Oh, we got one around. That is the 31 of Drew Lalonde. Caution comes out.
Yeah, Drew Lalonde not having the race he was thinking of he was going to mount with.
And he's got to wait for all of these trucks, the majority of them, to at least get around before he pulls out in front of them. Going to replay.
Yeah, looks like he just spun out by himself. Might have flipped that apron right there on the exit.
That's exactly what happened.
Luckily, he's going to keep that lap, though. Won't go a lap down, so he'll be on the tail end, be able to go into the pits if he can, and repair any damage he might have gotten, and get right back to it.
Yeah, looks like the front 5 are going to stay out here right now. I'm not sure if the pits are open or not. Looks like there's no takers coming down pit road. Might not have the pit open just yet.
Looks like our first taker is the 96 of Jared Morgan with the 089 of John Onbacher and the 24 of Jeff Stab now following him down, as well as the 16 of Kip Leo and, of course, the 31 of Drew Lalonde. That is not surprising as he is the one that brought out the caution. And on the other end of that, the 85 of Scott Kukis has received the lucky dog. He had gone 3 laps down at that point. We'll get 1 lap back, so he will be the only car not on the lead lap at 2 laps down.
I know, Katie, you weren't with us early last year for the launch inaugural season for the Northwest Truck Series, but I was just thinking as I'm watching this beautiful blue and orange 46 truck leading the field that last year Sean Brightsman led 135 laps in this race to be the first winner outside of Mark Walls for 2016. Can he pull off and be the 2017 winner of the same race and dethrone Mark Walls as the leader of or the winner of every race?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen this before. That doesn't surprise me. I wouldn't be surprised if he won this. I wouldn't be surprised if Mark got up there, challenged him, and I also wouldn't be surprised if someone like D. Palmer inserted himself into that. He is also part of that crew of Dog Bear Racing and has, if it's safe to assume, the same good lord, I couldn't think of it. Sorry, guys.
Not a problem. We know
Same
where you're
set,
going with
the
that
same
one.
set. I apologize. The same set on that truck as the first 2 guys, so it wouldn't be surprising if he got up there. The really interesting truck, though, is in 4th right now. I'm a big fan personally of the 67 of Andrew Williams because he tends to be super aggressive, and you never know when he's right there behind you if he's gonna dive in or not, and that's part of his charm, I have to say.
Last year, Andrew Williams did lead laps. He led the 2nd most amount of laps, so he is a threat.
Real quick, I'm gonna focus in on the 10 truck right before we get into this restart. Next to race sponsor Sasquatch Crossing, as up front, Sean Brightsman has taken the outside lane on this restart.
Yeah, they do allow the leader to choose his restart lane, and we're going to go back to green here with Sean Brightsman on the outside.
Ooh, hard shove to the back by the 91 and the 089. They had such a big checkup back there. That's going to be a lot of damage to the front of the 91.
Oh,
D.
D.
Palmer.
Palmer's nailed hard by the 18 truck of Chad Barker.
Oh,
He's still trying to lose it.
Still saving it. Brian Barr's going to dive low on the 23. Caution does come out. That's for the back of the field. Oh, heavy. The
96.
089 into it. Oh, 089 pointed the wrong way. That'll definitely be a problem.
96
Ooh,
involved as well.
The 10 and the 96 got into it. Seems the 10 just spun around, clipped the 96. 089 got involved. 8 got involved. Neither of their fault, so unfortunately for them. But luckily, they all get caught back up before that caution came out, and they're able to catch up to the back of the field. Neither of them will fall a lap down.
Cautions, breed, cautions. That's all I'm going to say. All right, and let's go back to the 10 Annie vote. The Sasquatch crossing car or truck, mind you. You can go check them out at Sasquatch-crossing.com. They I don't know how to put this lightly. They make very interesting pipes out of really nice organic materials. Got various petrified woods, some obsidian stuff, miscellaneous stones. With all of the products originating from the Northwest, where mountains, ravines, deserts, and forests combine to create a landscape rich in beauty. This virtue is captured in every product, bringing a personal touch to those who share in a common passion, a great love for nature. And that's SasquatchCrossing.com. Go there, check out their products, and thanks for sponsoring this race here.
You gotta love that here in the Northwest that many of these fantastic products are perfectly legal and freely able to be enjoyed. In many states.
Do want to highlight really quick the 96 of Jared Morgan, the 31 of Drew Lalonde, the 24 of Jeff Stabnow, the 8 of Gary Nichols, and the 089 of John Odenbacher all came down pit lane to try and fix the car the best they could. John Odenbacher, unfortunately, has gone a lap down, it seems. He scored a lap down, and Scott Kukas received the lucky dog, is now 2 laps down after falling another lap down during that restart.
And Brightsman has announced to everyone that he is going to be on the outside again for this restart.
Yeah, definitely an interesting strategy here being played by the 46. Definitely got a good jump on the 29 the last restart to see if he can repeat his prior success here, as pace car is off of the racing surface. Brightsman's going to lead him around turns number 3 and 4. And he is gone. Green flag is back out into the air. Caution's already out.
Not getting a good start. Yeah, what?
Can have Andy vote? Yes, spun himself out.
Commentator's curse.
Not it.
Yeah, he just wheel spun that car and around she went.
All right, just got to get calmed down. That's all it takes. We got a nice little green flag run in soon, I have no doubt.
One would hope that the team channel over there with Dog Bear, everyone is doing a little feng shui breathing action right now. Everybody calm, everybody sent.
Now, I don't know what this means, but the 089 of John Odenbacher scored 1 lap down, was in the lucky dog position, but has come into pit lane before receiving the award. So I don't know if it will pass him up or if he still gets it, but we'll have to see. And Scott Kukas is still 2 laps down. Keep you guys updated on that. 17 cars are on the lead lap right now.
Looks like the 4 Brian Barnes going to be the first taker to come down pit road there. You got, looks like the 31 of Drew Lalonde coming to get service as well.
Indeed, it seems that Scott Kukas has received the lucky dog. He is coming around the field right now, and that will put him 1 lap down.
Seems like there's some good spotter communication happening here. Everyone getting lined up and getting ready to go back to green flag. Gary LaViolette going into Night LaViolette. Sorry, Gary Nichols pulling off.
Yes, indeed. Was just saying that Drew Lalonde is still sitting on pit lane right now. I guess a lot of damage needing to repair on that truck. Just made it out in front of that pace car. Really good work by him, noticing how fast that pace car was coming up on him.
Real quick, they are doing a Rookie of the Year status this year, and our rookies for the 2017 Northwest Truck Series, Brian Barnes is leading Jeff Stab now, 67 points in 66. Nicholas Bishop, who I am not seeing tonight,
Nope.
is sitting third, but at 59 points. Gary Nichols and Jared Morgan are battling up in the back there to see if they can pull off a Rookie of the Year status. So yeah, another couple of battles to keep our eyes on. Let's see, right now, Stab now is sitting toward the back there in 17th. And where is our good man Brian Barnes chilling?
And 14th.
Yeah, so they're right next to each other. So, and Gary Nichols is in that little grouping as well.
Yes,
The lights
indeed,
are
you
going to
are
go off
correct.
of the pace car here. Brightsman still out front. D. Palmer took over the second position on that last restart. Going to put Mark Walls back into third and Chad Barker in fourth. Andrew Williams going to round out your top five here. Coming back to green.
This should be pretty exciting.
Yeah, Brightsman taking the outside again. See how this works out this time.
46 on the outside here. And he's already gone.
Oh, Brightsman checked.
Wow.
Out. Lag.
Yes,
Make sure he
indeed.
keeps that
You-
Walls Beard Co. Chevrolet out in front. Or is he driving a Yoda?
A little bit of stacking up back here. The 78 went 3 wide and off the wall. Wow, what a hit. Dan Stucci coming back in front of these guys 2 wide, almost 3 wide back behind him. The 96 and 16 side by side. The 10 of Andy Boat trying to make his way back up through the field after that initial spin. See if they can do it. The 91 blinking, having some connection issues. The 96 just trying to get by. 91 will drift up a little bit. 96 will go on the inside. See if he can complete the pass this time by.
It looks like he got shot out of the cannon coming down the backstretch there. 96 is going to complete the pass. Now the 91 is going to pressure from the 10 of Andy Vogt. Going to have Drew Lalonde who's inside now as Vogt completes the pass.
Ooh, a little
Drew
shove by the
Lalonde.
31.
All up inside the 10 truck.
Yeah, that 91 is
Check out
having
those
some
stone
issues.
pipes.
And he is left out to dry. Hutchison going to keep rolling to the back here. Kip Leo in the Hungry Dragon machine underneath the 91. Ooh, they touch coming down the front stretch. Going into turn 1. Everything's looking all good now.
Ooh, want to
91.
comment, Jeff Stab now on pit lane. A little bit of an issue with him. And back up front, I actually want to highlight the 23 and 29. That is D. Palmer in second and Mark Walls in third. Mark Walls is slowly making his way up, trying to get past D. Palmer. He is on his bumper.
And D seems like he's overdriving right about apex, allowing Mark to close up a little bit more and get a little more view on Brightsman, get that Walls Beard truck a little more excited to get up there and chase down the Brightsman.
Yeah, it's actually, you can see they're gaining a little bit as a group, funny enough, on Brightsman. I think Brightsman's getting a little loose out of these corners right now. D. Palmer trying to make some time as looks like Mark Walls is just comfortable trying to catch up to Brightsman. Maybe we'll wait to try and pass him once they get a little closer.
Everybody towards the front of the field is still on the original set of tires they started the race with. So they've got about 35 laps on these Goodyear Wranglers. So definitely starting to see some fall off at times. On board with 29 now as he's battling, trying to get around the 23. He's just able to hold a lot lower line than the D. Palmer is going through the corners.
One of Mark's gifts in these trucks is his ability to conserve the tires and to use them when he needs them. So looks like he is inside of that 23 truck and gonna make this move stick as he's crawling through there.
Yeah, it really just makes it look easy. He's going to clear him back up front. So that's going to move Mark up into the second position. Still almost 2 seconds behind Sean Brightsman. So he's going to have to put the pedal to the metal here. Try to get up to him. As back through the field, it looks like a pretty much single file. Oh, the 4 sideways in front of the 10 of Andy Vogt. Scary moment for him. as he was just absolutely looking inside. Oh, almost into the back of him there. Actually doesn't make contact, but he's going to get on the inside of him. Not going to be able to get any room there on the bottom, and they're going to go clear for now. This is for 11th and 12th on the track.
That was very close.
Ooh, and back behind him, the 16 dive bomb. The 96 of Jared Morgan, he was having none of it. Almost tried to get around him, but unfortunately the 16 just shut the door. The 96 trying to size him up again.
Yeah, we got that Hungry Dragon, and we got the DQ truck here just fighting each other back and forth. Looks like Kip's going to put a little bit, but no, here comes Morgan. Not to be outdone.
Yeah, Kip got a little out of touch there for a moment. And back behind them, you see the 24 of Jeff Stabnow. This is not for position. Jeff is actually 2 laps down from pitting under green, so keep that in mind.
And Brightsman is now starting to work lap traffic here as he's going underneath the 8 of Gary Nichols. Going to put him a lap down. Set his sights on the 91. Got Hutchinson that's only going to leave 14 trucks on the lead lap, working lap 42. Caution is out on the speedway.
And that is for the 10 of Andy Vogt again. Oh, right in front of our leaders. Ooh, that brake.
Think skinny truck.
And he just spun himself out. Simple as that. Just rear tire spin and spun himself out. Hit the inside wall pretty hard, I might add. So he's going to definitely come in to try and repair that damage if we can. But for the time being, that's wasn't the worst thing that could happen to him. And you see all the leaders coming in now.
Leaders on pit road. Brightsman has a tremendous leading into pit lane. Mark Wall's going to come in at second. D. Palmer in third. Ed Barker and Andrew Williams the closest battle on pit road to see if their crews can try to get around that 18 there into 67 as Brightsman is pulling into his pit now, taking service. All right, Brightsman down and away. Here comes Mark Walls off the pit lane. A big race for third here and fourth. 23, 18, and 67 coming out of the pits there.
Yeah, and actually you saw Sean Brightsman come out of the pits the same time the 91 of Scott Hutchinson was passing him on the track, and that is because the 91 received the lucky dog. Sean had just passed him when that caution came out, so Hutchinson will receive the lucky dog. Gary Nichols and Scott Kukis are currently staying out right now. Let's see if they dive in. They will not. So the 8 and the 85, as well as the 089 of John Odenbach, will all receive the wave around. To get you guys caught up with a nice race summary here, our leader currently, Sean Brightsman, he has led so far 45 laps, and sorry, not 45 laps, it says that, it's a misprint. 45 laps complete, total laps out of 150, and it looks like we have had 4 cautions for 20 laps so far, so about half the race. Oh, he has led all the laps. I apologize. My bad. I am so used to Mark Walls leading up front. I assumed you stole one of the laps.
Yeah,
I gotta get that out of my head. And Mark Walls is not our leader. It's so rare now.
It's very difficult to think leader and not think Mark Walls. So, but we got Brightsman again choosing to go to the outside. So this is yet again some fun as the pace car pulls over, and we're about to take a green flag.
Here he comes to see if he tries to get another jump like he did the last time. Laying off it a little bit. There he goes. Green flag back out into the air. Almost a third of the way through here at Martinsville.
Chad Barker trying to put some pressure on the outside of Mark, but he is going to lose it, and D. Palmer's going to come in on his inside.
Now everybody is on fresh tires right now. Up front is the ones diving around the outside of the 67. Wayne Hutchinson trying to get back into the top 5 for the first time tonight.
Yeah, it looks like the 67 is going to clear him. They're going to go single file as the one fits in right in front of the 68. The 17 getting a little out of whack behind him, trying to just catch the truck as best they can. They are all single file right now, all the way back through the field. 10 of Andy Vogt making the first pass on the 16 of Kip Leo. Looks like Kip Leo is holding the 13th position. That was not for a spot on the field. Andy Vogt is one lap down because of that spin.
Ooh, little contact in the middle of the field there. 17 took a good shot from 78, Dan Stussy. Stussy had to back off. Gonna fall into the clutches of the number 4, Brian Barnes, looking at the inside of Stussy coming off of 4, not going to be able to put his nose in there. Stussy's going to retain the 9th position.
Yeah, and Stab now had to do yet another pit stop. He is rolling out, coming onto the backstretch, getting ready to gas on, and he is going out in front of Ottenbacher and Gary Nichols.
Yeah, and they are stacking up back behind. Ooh, the 10 of Andy Vogt against the wall again. Didn't spin there, just got a little bit of the outside wall. The 4 trying to get back to the 78 as the 96 gives a little bit of a shove to the 31 of Drew Lalonde. Of course, Drew not really used to being back in the pack because he's going pretty fast. Especially this season, he's been 2 poles out of 3 races so far. So doing a good job, but stuck back in the pack after an early spin.
Ooh, look at Vogt. Vogt's still trying to race these guys as hard as possible back here. He is a lap down. Stussy loses a spot in front of him to Brian Barnes for 10th.
Yeah, that's a very intense pack right here between Brian Barnes, Dan Stussy, all the way back down.
Ooh, the
to
10
all
of
the
Andy
guys.
Vogt out of whack again. The 16 luckily catches him in the middle of the spin and lets him fix his truck. The 78 losing a lot of time right now. Dan Stussy lost a couple spots there. Oh, wreck on the back it seems. Yes, indeed.
85.
It's all on you, man. It's all on you. You make the
Kukas
call
is
here.
around on the backstretch.
My little brony just cannot seem to keep going forward there.
Yeah, was just riding behind the 8, got too high out of that corner. Some rear spin took place, and around he goes. Fortunately for him, he took a little bit of damage, but nobody else has hit him. As I still going a few laps down now. Yep, still trying to get going here. Did not get going
Almost
after the
got
leader
it.
passed him, so he lost another lap there. Also, good to note, the 91 of Scott Hutchinson, who received the lucky dog last time, had to pit right under green, and so he's 1 lap down. It looks like Andy Vogt should receive the lucky dog.
And Andy Vogt's definitely fighting his truck. He's been fighting it all race. Good to see him come back to the lead lap here as he's starting to make his way around the outside of the field. Race sponsored truck right there. So good to see him back on the lead lap. No
Yeah,
takers for
and
pit
towards the end
roads.
there, it looks like 78 had to pit. The 8 came in, the 31 came in. 24 of Jeff Stabnow keeps on pitting. I am really not sure what's wrong with his truck, unfortunately, but he is obviously having a lot of trouble. 5 laps down currently, as he is followed on pit lane by John Ottenbacher, and then 089 also having some troubles, 2 lap down.
24 might have left the wrong setup in as well. He's as we're sitting here under caution, remind everybody that's watching on the YouTubes that we are being simulcasted on iRacing.com/live right now. Big thank you to iRacing and its staff for allowing us to broadcast these races on their portal. It's been a blast the first 2 races here, and uh-oh. We might have another disconnect here. We're looking for him on the track. Gary Nichols is not in the building, ladies and gentlemen. 91, he's back out on the track now. Might be having a little bit of a issue with Gary. There he is. Gary Nichols has returned.
All right, just a quick update, guys. Andy Vogt, the 10 truck, has used his fast repair, as well as the 089 of John Odenbacher and the 85 of Scott Kukas. They've all used their quick repair already.
And I just had a quick conversation with Jeff Stabnow in the 24 truck, his crew chief there, and they were saying that they had sustained some front end damage and were opting to try to go into the pit stops, get some repairs done, and get the tape off the motor from blowing up without burning up their.
Oh, spin by the 17. Sorry about
Green
that.
flag is out, and caution
Big
is
spin by
right
the
back out
17.
on the speedway.
Yes,
And-
indeed. Cut across half the field, actually. So pretty scary moment right there. Just spun himself out. I mean, flat spun himself out. Came in front of the 4. The 4 did get some front end damage there, but other than that, everyone made it through.
Yeah, that 17. I'm trying to get close to his truck here. Wild Mind Graphical Concepts, Toyota Tundra. He just looks like he popped a gear down.
Yeah,
Weird.
that he may have been in first instead of second on the restart, because as soon as they gassed on, he went around.
Ooh, the 96 of Jared Morgan during the caution just hit the wall. Under caution, that's not going to help you, bud. That's not going to help you at all. And if anything, that caution did help the 91 of Scott Hutchinson. He receives the lucky dog to try to get back on the lead lap here.
Field is catching up to the pace car. Oh, never mind. I'm on replay. Haha. Here we go. Back live.
And since we are back live, we'll go ahead and give you a quick update on the top 5. We have the 46 of Sean Breitzman, the 29 of Mark Walls, the 23 of Dee Palmer, the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson, and the 18 of Chad Barker. And if you are looking at that top 5 and seeing a little bit of a pattern, that is correct. Those are all Dog Bear Racing trucks. So that is not uncommon to see those guys up at the front. They are clearly very fast so far in this race.
Yeah, full house, and they occupy 6 out of the top 7 positions as well. The Violet just outside, running in 7th.
Looking through, and just to, I know we like to bring up Dog Bear and their quantity of cars. There are a couple other teams in the Northwest Truck Series. We do have the Atlas finishers, including John Ottenbacher, Scott Kukas, Scott Hutchinson, William Fletcher, and Kip Leo, as well as Andrew Williams and Carl Burke. They are a large team as well.
Yeah, and I do want to give a shout out to an individual driver right now. He is new to this series, Jared Morgan. He had practiced 16th, qualified 13th, and is currently sitting in 9th position as an individual driver, no team affiliation that we are aware of, and doing a really fantastic job, especially as a new driver in this series overall. So really good, really well done by Jared Morgan.
In the Northwest, the Pac Majors, I can't even word right now. Jared Morgan
yes.
and the 8 truck of Gary Nichols are teammates in Turn 5 Sim Sports team. I don't know if they're affiliated here yet or not, but they do cooperate in the other series.
All right, and as the last handful of restarts, 46 is going to elect to take the outside lane here. Lights are off the pace car. He's going to line up 2 by 2.
So far, we have had 67 laps, and 32 of them have been under caution for a total of 6 cautions. So if you're just tuning in, it has been pretty filled with cautions, but not bad racing up front.
All right, and Breitzman has control of the field. It's a good jump here.
Oh, 16 into the wall. That is
Oh,
Kip
Kip
Leo.
Leo, 31 involved.
Oh, 78. Oh, got a little piece of that, unfortunately.
Take a deep breath.
Oh,
Oh, looks like Kip Leo spun out, hit the outside wall, came back. Unfortunately, absolutely nowhere to go for the 31 of Drew Lalonde. Nothing he could do. He is not at fault by any stretch of the imagination. The 17, got a ride with the 17 there, just got by. Luckily, coming
Ooh.
with the 16 coming across his hood, and the 24 stopped quick enough to get by there as well. The 78, unfortunately, was the other truck involved in that, with Kip Leo spinning around, came back up and hit the 78 of Dan Stucci.
And the 16 of Kip Leo blew up coming out of turn 2. Had to take the tow back to the pit lane. Going to be a couple minutes before he can get that truck repaired. He's going to go multiple laps down.
This seemed to be a good time to bring up that the Northwest Truck Series do have a very interesting role. The incident point penalty system. For every incident above 15 incidence points, or excuse me,
12 actually,
points.
yes.
It's 12. They start taking negative points to their finishing total. So it does encourage the drivers to try to keep it as clean as possible. There have been a few times this year where drivers have incurred that penalty, including where does that list go? Gary LaViolette and Sean Brightsman have both taken negative points in their total points for having an excessive amount of incidences.
Yeah, and with the spin on the restart, not a lot of people coming back into the pits, and because of that, John Ottenbacher, good looking out by him, hanging on there. He has gotten his lucky dog, so is now back on the lead lap. So really, really well done by him. And looks like Drew Lalonde will be seated in the last truck. Oh, actually, he scored a lap down now. Yes, indeed, lap down. So 13 trucks on the lead lap right now.
And looking at the 089 machine coming around the corner, it's good to see Ottenbacher back in the familiar Cuddle gray and black paint scheme.
Right. Well, right now,
It looks like
top 5 in the championship running order right now. You have Mark Walls, of course, out in front in the championship standings very early in the season. Wayne Hutchinson at number 1, 14 points back from him. The 089, as we just mentioned, John Ottenbacher, he's 15 points back from Walls. Ryan Maines running good, putting 2 top 10s on the board so far this season, 18 back and tied with D. Palmer in that 23. So points are definitely going to be shaken up quite a bit after this race.
Yeah, I mean, one slip up by Mark, and you've got an entire new points battle.
All right, and it looks like the servers are trying to take a dump on us.
Ooh, yes,
right,
indeed.
This is definitely an interesting view.
Hang on, guys, because if yeah, there we go. They have pushed the caution back. We have logged 75 laps so far out of 180.
Yeah, we're good. Go ahead, Wes.
It's about, yeah. Yep. Our race and service have been having a lot of issues here the last week or two. It's been, pre-dating back to a couple of builds ago. We're still having a pretty bad quality issue. Having problems with all of the drivers being on the track at the same time.
Not going.
And it looks like everything is sorting out now.
Yes, indeed.
And Q-bar issue is going down. We should be able to go green next time by.
Oh, we lost. Oh, and unfortunately because of that, we lost.
Yeah, we've lost Lalonde, LaViolette, Leo. We've actually lost our broadcast here.
So, yeah.
We'll be right back in a short bit. We're trying to get back into the session. We'll throw it a MRN style real quick.
Yes, indeed. We will. Absolutely. Trying to keep you guys as updated as possible here. They did suspend the caution.
And Mark Walls disconnected as well.
Oh, yes, indeed. Mark Walls. So right now, it looks like our top 5 is the 46 of Sean Brightsman, the 1 of Wayne Hutchinson, the 67 of Andrew Williams, the 4 of D. Palmer, and the 5 of Chad Barker are currently on here. And it looks like the entire field is coming down through the pit lane right now.
Except for Gary Nichols.
Except for Gary Nichols. Yeah, he's stuck out there on the track. I think he might have possibly missed the memo there. They have gone
Yeah,
They
we're
have
going
gone
on a
green.
red flag.
It is green, but they are taking it cautiously here with the server acting up. They've taken the green, but they're going down pit lane. Everyone is holding their positions, so there is no passing going on. They're going to pull down into the pits, and everyone has gone into pit lane. As
All right, we should have visuals back now.
It does look like I'm checking the ping rates. Everyone looks like they're back down to normal. Most guys look like they are back to stable. So looking forward to getting Gary and Mark and Drew and Jeff and other guys to come back.
Now, I wonder if they're going to allow those individuals to get laps back, or what is going to happen now. This has been a pre-existing issue with the servers right now for quite some time. Might have been another DDoS attack from an angry driver who rage quit during one of the official races to ruin it for everybody else.
The Russian hackers.
Normally I keep quiet during the broadcast, but it was just yeah, we were I was watching the forums. We were talking about with some people from iRacing standpoint. They're not, they can't see it as a problem internally. They're looking at places between the main trunk line for ISPs. They don't have the problem with the information going out. It's the information getting to the client. So it's not necessarily a DDoS attack. The servers are staying up, but it's something to do with the connection in between they're having a problem with.
Listen to Mark Walls. Looks like they are going to send one truck out at a time and get everybody reset back up to be in the right position and the right laps from when the issues happened.
Yeah, you have to give them credit, though. These guys are handling this as best they can. Decided to safely come down pit lane to try and get everyone back into position where they were before the mishap with the servers. And it does happen from time to time. We can deal with it, no big deal, and get this race back up to speed. We've only gotten past halfway so far with these guys battling, and they will throw the caution. It did go green, but they did throw the caution to try to get everybody back into the right position. This might cause a little bit of problems with everyone passing each other under yellow, so we'll have to keep track of this. I'm assuming they will just clear all the black flags if it does happen.
Yeah, that'd be a very easy solution for everybody.
And big props to the admins for making this decision, making it fair for everybody, because, you know, unfortunately these things happen.
Yeah, what you see right now, guys, I know it might be a little confusing. Right now with the server issue, they're giving everyone that went down a lap because of the disconnect. Everyone that went down a lap is getting their lap back right now. And then once that happens and they're on the right lap, then we'll sort the order and we'll get everyone back into the correct position.
So it looks like while we got some time to kill here, OCTV is also covering the Pack Majors 2.4 hours of Daytona, happening here very soon. I believe weekend after next.
Next weekend. Not this weekend, next weekend.
Right. So what's that, like in 9 days?
Roundabout
Time frame. So excited to be the sportsman split carrier of that race.
And definitely a fun time. Hopefully a lot of those guys are running in the 24-hour of Daytona. That'll be run Saturday from 8 a.m. Eastern to 8. So the next day, 24 hours, I know I'm running with a team, I believe. Our producer and our other producers are racing on a team with themselves. Are you either of y'all participating this year?
I had thought about it, then I realized that when I drive a road course race, I end up eating a lot of wall, more so than an oval track, so I'm going to spectate. I think for the most part, I'm going to join in with some of my Northwest teammates and probably jump in sometimes with the OCTV guys, do some crew chiefing, do some mapping on how much laps you guys have left. I'm really good at spreadsheets, so I'll figure out what lap you need to pit at and track lap times and route you guys on.
That sounds like a plan. How about you, Katie?
I'm just going to be a nice little cheerleader on the sidelines here. I have no problem. Road is not my thing. I've said it before, but I do enjoy watching it. I mean, these guys are very talented. There's no doubt. And it's always fun to watch these special events I mean, you have official races, you have hosted races, and you have league races. But when they have these big special ones that everyone likes to compete in, that's when people tend to do their best and shine. So I really enjoy watching it.
It looks like we may have gotten everyone back lined up. We are in parade formation, doing some laps.
Yeah, and it looks like, if I am correct, Mark Walls did actually pit. He pit, instead of coming down pit lane and getting back into position, he elected to actually come into his pit stall and pit. So it looks like...
Yeah, we're still trying to get the order figured out. The admins are working hard, crunching them numbers and right-clicking on the right names and all this good stuff. Just bear with us.
Yes, indeed.
All
We'll
we
get
can
you
do.
guys caught up as soon as we go back to official green. We will get you guys caught up on the lineup for now, but they just need to go green, as they just have. Gonna get everyone lined back up. Mark Walls will be back up to second position here. We have Wayne Hutchinson still in third. Andrew Williams is still in fourth. D. Palmer is in fifth. And from there, everyone's just getting back into their spot. Gary LaViolet was the other driver that had a little bit of trouble, but he's already back to his position. So we're looking good through the field right now. The only one that hasn't gotten sorted, and that is because he's on pit lane, is Drew Lalonde.
Now, who's going to be the guinea pig to bring out the caution?
They can just throw out the caution, admin.
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
Yeah, once they get all the black flags cleared, once everyone is in order, they can throw the yellow and get things cleaned up. But yeah, they'll have to get the caution set up. They're also gonna have to clean off everybody's black flags and make sure we're all in the right lane.
Yeah, and luckily, running in a league, you know all of the drivers, and you tend to know that they will compromise with you and just try to get everything done. So what I'm thinking right now is we'll get everyone guaranteed back to the current position, and then they will either one, throw the caution flag so they can get a good restart, or two, they might just simulate a restart going side by side.
Hats off to the admins here, Drew Lalonde, Gary LaViolet, Mark Walls, doing what they need to do to take care of this series and to take care of their drivers, and all the drivers down the whole field here. They're all handling this very maturely and are getting ready to go back and do some quality green flag racing in the second half of this race. I will do a quick run down the pit lane here and see if I can figure out what is specifically going on, and I'll be right back to y'all.
Yes, indeed. And while he is doing that, I believe, based off of radio, listening into radio right now, I believe having a little bit of problems with Gary Nichols. Gary Nichols disconnected. He is actually down 7 laps. He was not down that many laps when he disconnected, so he needs to be taken care of. He needs to get his laps back. I believe he had just a few laps, actually. He wasn't that far down. But once they get him taken care of, I believe Scott Hutchinson will also need to get taken care of as well. Now, what they can do is basically have everyone go extremely slow on the track right now, so that instead of them going full speed and Gary trying to catch up, they're just going to basically come to a slow crawl. Yeah,
And it
Gary's
looks like-
just going to keep going around until he gains enough laps, and that's the easiest way to do it, of course.
It looks like we're gonna take it from a brisk walk to a slow crawl here on the backstretch. So making sure the lappers get their lap back. We're moving around here at a blazing 28 mile an hour.
That's my kind of race. I could handle that kind of race.
Which one's the Yertle?
Yeah.
Yertle, turtle.
Yes, indeed. And while Donovan is still down on pit lane, it looks like finally Gary Nichols is getting his laps back. Came in 7 laps down, is currently seated 5 laps down, which is round about where he was. Right now, we have Scott Kukis, who is 4 laps down. He is not gaining any laps back. Jeff Dab now is 5 laps down. He's not gaining any laps back.
Hold on.
And
hold on.
did Gary Nichols just blow an engine?
It sounds like Nichols did.
Oh my goodness.
You got to be kidding me right now. Wow.
Oh, it's Gary Nichols. Hits the cone, jumps across the grass entrance to pit lane. They're calling everyone down to the pits. This has gotten quite interesting.
Looks
here.
like they're about to do just get everyone reset, get everyone on fresh tires, get everything cleaned up.
But as they should here.
Yeah, this
gives everyone a nice clean restart.
Yeah, funny enough, this actually might help some of the guys in the back. So you never know. This might spice up the action. See if these guys can stay clean after pitting everyone pitting really right now under green.
Hey, and while we've got this time here real quick, I've got Andy Vogt, driver of the sponsor of the race, Sasquatch Crossing. Andy Vogt, how's it going, brother?
Going good. How about you?
You know, we're impressed with what's going on here on the track and what these guys are doing to recover from this. What do you got going on in your world over here?
Sorry about that. I'm having a hard time hearing over top of chat here.
Yeah, it gets a little difficult with as you're figuring things out. Andy, tell us real quick about Sasquatch Crossing.
Well, Sasquatch Crossing is a company that makes pipes and natural art. Okay, I've got a problem here.
Okay, we're going to let you jump back up there. We'll check on you in a little bit, Andy.
Alrighty.
All right. Yep, can't do that there, I guess.
As long as everybody keeps rolling over on the track at a decent pace, and the Ford doesn't try to pass the 67 here while that traffic is trying to get around.
We got a traffic jam happening.
It's something that doesn't happen every day. Fortunately, we do have problems with servers every now and then, but unfortunately these guys are just having a little bit more difficulty. Gary Nichols blowing an engine there just kind of cleared everything that they had going. So unfortunately for him, it looks like he's going to be basically out of business right now. So is the 91. The 91 is on pit lane. He's pretty much forfeited his position as well. So
Caution.
And the caution is out.
Drive there towards the end of that
yeah, after that very intense racing at 28 miles an hour, these guys have decided to cool off a little bit on the track, throwing that caution. It's well earned.
Yeah, I was
it's
hearing
very
reports,
hot in those trucks.
hearing reports of rain in turn 3. We might have to red flag this and get the air
I
titans out there.
I believe that was the water bottle. I think that's what it was.
Did someone throw out some foam padding again?
The invisible water bottle.
Oh, hot dog wrappers.
Ooh. All right, Field's going to catch up with the pace car. We are working 63 to go here, lap 88. They're scheduled 150. Pretty much everybody's on fresh tires, so there shouldn't be anybody coming down pit lane.
Yeah, you are absolutely correct. I mean, unless it's someone way in the back that just needs to get taken care of and wants to start at the rear of the field, then yes, everyone should stay out. Right, and since everyone is staying out, we can confirm the top 5 here. We mentioned it before, Sean Brightsman, the 46 truck, easily leading this race. He has led 86 laps. Now he has led every lap, but because of the mess up with the server and trying to get everyone back in the same position, Mark Walls ended up leading 2 laps in all of that mix up, though not under green. Wayne Hutchinson is seated in 3rd. The 4th position goes to the 67 of Andrew Williams, and D. Palmer is closing out that top 5. But I do want to mention real quick the 6th position. That is the 4 of Brian Barnes. So really good job by him to get up into the top 6 now. Yeah, it looks like Kip Leo was a victim of that server crash. He has not returned at all. Although not really surprising, had that bad spin and just not able to get back up to business there. So unfortunate for him, he has not made it back into the server.
Yeah, looking at Scott Hutchinson here, his connection is very weak right now. So hopefully that will calm itself down.
We got 91 laps completed of 150 on the schedule, so still a decent way to go at this track. So stay tuned. Might have a nice race for the lead here. Mark Wall still in contention. Wayne Hutchinson still in contention for that lead spot. But I think Sean Breitzman is pretty determined to get it, and that's going to be going green this time by. Pace car lights are off, and Sean again will choose the outside lane on this restart.
Now, the one thing we haven't had here today is a extended green flag run. So really nobody knows what they have underneath them right now. We know Sean Breitzman has a good short run car, as well as the 29. The pace car is off of the racing surface, so it will be interesting to see what happens here. 67 trying to make it 3 wide.
Green flag.
Ooh,
Green
giving him a
flag.
little bit of
That
pressure.
is an aggressive green truck right there.
Yes, indeed. He tried to catch him off guard, but the 46 did that job for him. The 29 is going to get cleared. Ooh, as Brian Barnes takes it high at a 68. Almost thought 3 wide, but thank God he did not. The 67 is going to go single file, so is the 18. The 68 and the 96 side by side there out of 4. Ooh, as the 96 makes contact with him. The
Yep.
17 trying to pick a lane right now.
The one truck had a very bad exit. 23 and 67 both have a minor start, and they're still hitting one another. D. Palmer saved.
D. Palmer with a great save coming off of 2, giving a pretty big
Ooh, the
shot.
17
snap.
shows the 96 in the back. The
Uh-oh.
96 saving
Oh,
it.
truck upside down, going
Tried
into
to save it.
going into 4. That's the 78 and the 24 having hard contact.
Yeah, we actually had 2 major cautions there, and we're not quite sure which wreck brought it out. We had the 78, the 24, and also the 17, the 10, and the 96 on 2 different parts of the track. So,
Yeah,
a lot of action going on.
I had my eyes on the 1078. 78 just tried to shut the door on the 10. 10 drove right into him, took him around, and then re-hit him and went upside down.
Yeah, it looked like you got a little bit of a air pocket underneath the truck there by the barrels in on the curb and the grass there, going into 3. Don't know if that's intentional there, but yeah, it's not often you see a rollover in Martinsville.
Yeah, Brian Barnes, by the way, has decided to bring it into the pits. He is the only one, I believe. So for right now, everyone will stay where they are, with the exception, of course, of Scott Kukas, who receives the lucky dog again, and that will put him, I believe, 2 laps down. Yeah, it is safe to say that Scott Kukas has passed the most cars tonight. Absolutely.
Definitely.
And Scott Cook is getting his laps by lapping everybody else, getting his laps back, having a fantastic there. Showing off that beautiful pink truck.
Yeah, Dan Stucci and Jeff Stabnow both deciding to come into the pits that last time by.
And real quick, we're going to give a shout out to the rest of the series sponsors. That's Walls Beard Co., Sim Stuffs, Bolt Vapes, Sarge's Place, and the Hungry Dragon. Thank you for sponsoring the Northwest Truck Series.
Did you get the sim space there?
Sim stuff?
Sim stuff? Drew Lalonde is running Sim Stuff, as well as the 24 of Stab Now. Both have primary sponsors of Sim Stuff. That's actually a company owned by one of the fellow iRacers here, Drew Lalonde. What they do is they scourge around looking for racing simulator items and paraphernalia, and are able to offer that up for sale. So everyone gets a really good deal on the high-end quality sim racing components and accessories.
Yes, indeed. And the pace car lights are off. Wes, take it away. I think we're gonna have some fun action here now.
I hope we do here. Sean Brightsman, familiar face out front here today. Going to lead the field back to the green flag. Holds them up for a little bit, and they're off. Mark Wall's got a really good jump there. He might be able to stick his nose to the inside of Brightsman.
67, 68 are into each other. Ooh, watch the tandem Andy Vogt, who almost came across the hood of Brian Barnes back there. And the 18 is side by side with the one truck. The 18 got out of whack though. He's got to catch that truck. Looks like the 67 is going to clear him. That'll put the 67 up into the top 5 there as the 18 falls out. And trying to not fall victim to the 68 of Garrett Violet.
There's no grip on that outside line. The inside Izzy Fast plays around here. As we see the 67 trying to take over the 4th position from Wayne Hutchinson. And there he
speaking
goes.
of no grip and no patience, also toward the back, the 96 of Jared Morgan just getting freight trained by everybody in the back of this thing. He is hung out to dry.
Yeah, these guys are just trying to avoid any accident, but in the end, it's not really working. The 18 flips the one truck saving it. Oh, very nice save by the one Wayne Hutchinson. The 18 still going to be on the inside of him. They actually did not decide anything at that turn. Looks like the one is going to try and dive to get some position. He's going to be able to hold that outside for another corner there as the 68 is trying to choose a lane as well as the 17. The 17 diving on the 68 back behind him.
the
Ooh,
17
out of whack.
10 trucks in there. Voigt almost lost it. Well, the 4 truck of Barnes is closing in on that hole as well. Oh, back
Look at
into
the
each
10.
other.
What is the 10? The 10's trying to go on the outside of the 17 for a moment, but the 4 dive down under the 10. So we've got action all over this track right now. And I tell you what, they are tracked to that 10 truck.
The Andy Vogt, like a man on a mission. 4's coming down to pit lane here. Brian Barnes on pit road right now. Andy Vogt and Ryan Maines trying to battle it out, but we're in the 8th position. Looks like
Yeah,
they're going
one
to
of
settle
highlights.
down.
Back up front, the 29 is battling with the 23. 23 of D. Palmer trying to get past that 29. The 29 has pretty much held that 2nd position for most of the race here. And Mark Walsh doesn't look like he's about to give it up anytime soon, but D. Palmer might have something to say about that. We do have 43 laps to go. Someone's
85.
spinning. Yes, 85 spun out. Looks like he caught it though, so no caution.
But he is in the wrong place right there. Scott Cook is going to get run over by a lot of fast trucks and zero patience here. Wayne Hutchinson, there he goes. Kuka's going to take the outside lane. Almost gets it to the wall. He's going to have to hug it up there for a while here. Chad Barker dives to the inside of the lap down machine. The Violet will follow suit.
Yeah, it's a tough balance between trying to stay out of everyone's way, but also not wreck. And that is what, unfortunately, Scott Krukus is battling right now because he's just trying to do it. But Martinsville is such a narrow track, especially in these corners. You can only go so many places.
Yeah, the 78 of Dan Susi is pulling over in that fire truck to go get some pit service.
Ooh, the 85 off the wall, scaring the 10 of Andy Vogt for a second there. Again, all these trucks are clearing them right now. A couple of them you see in the picture there, quite a few laps down, so these are not 4 positions right now.
It looks like up front, I believe Brightsman is hearing the Jaws music. He's actually pulled away 2/10 there that last lap. He had lost about 2/10 over the last 2 laps to Mark Walls. Looks like he's starting to stretch his legs out and trying to get away from that 29. Yes.
Ooh, the 089 on the wall there. A heavy hit for John Ottenbacher. That allows the 24 of Jeff Stabnow not for position though. To dive down on the inside of him and clear him easily off that corner onto the front stretch.
And Andrew Williams Wayne Hutchison battling here going into turn number 3. Hutchison heavy on the brakes. Going to gain a little bit of momentum here. 67 has to drive off. Diving back into 1. Like, yeah, Hutchison has a good drive, center off. But Williams is able to maintain and get a little bit of a pull coming off the corner.
Ooh, the 68 coming down pit lane right now. There is Gary LaViolette out of the 9th position.
This is starting to seem really odd.
91 is also coming in.
Yeah, I am not quite sure what's going on. I mean, they all just pitted, so
I'm just trying to
so
figure
they
out.
are not out of fuel. And
Are they only
highly doubt out
allowed
of
so many
tires.
gallons? What's
I
going on?
think it's 60%, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be just guys struggling and trying to maintain as best they can, and that might be the position here. 35 laps to go. The 46 making it 34 at the line. Let's see if Mark Walls can catch up. It looks like he is just a little bit here, down to 7/10 separating these guys. Ooh, the 24 side by side with the 4. Brian Barnes, a little bit of action there. That is not for position. Brian Barnes did pit under green just now, so he is down a lap. He is your lucky dog winner right now if the caution were to come out. He's battling Gary LaViolette, who is back behind him. Not really in contention right now, unless the 4 starts losing a lot of time.
Now the leader here is getting ready to start navigating lap traffic as he's coming up on the 85. Scott Kukas. Mark Walls closing the gap a little bit the last couple of laps. Got the gap down to 3/4 of a second. Kukas going to get out of the way of Reisman.
Oh, yeah, and as 46 comes up on the 96 of Jared Morgan trying to fight to stay on the lead lap at the same time. His truck looks a little on the ill handling side.
Caution's out.
Ooh, that is for the 10 of Andy Boat again. Andy's just not having the day he wants. I mean, he has spun quite a few times here, just having some bad luck, and it actually looks like he came off the wall, brushed the outside wall, came back across the 4's hood. That is Brian Barnes. The 24 tags him while he's spinning, so just not having a good day here at all.
Ooh.
And right now, Vote is Jared Morgan's best friend. As we watch the 46 coming into the pits, looking to get some service from his crew.
29 stays out. 23 stays out.
18 stays out, 17 stays out. This is about split down the field. The 67 and the 1 come in following the 46 down. 089 deciding to come down. Jared Morgan will be the last car on the lead lap right now. So that's a total of 10 cars. 10 cars are on the lead lap.
Yeah, this is very interesting because we have 20 laps on these tires. So your leaders are out there with 20 lap tires with probably roughly around 25 to go when we get back to green flag conditions. The worst that Brightsman is going to be is 5th or 6th.
That's going to be a huge advantage for the 46 and everyone on back. The one truck, 67, 68. Those guys up front, man, yeah, with old tires, they are in danger of spinning if they don't get aggressive. While the guys in the back, this is going to be fun.
And this is definitely 46 is definitely going to have to be careful. We know how aggressive he can be with fresh tires in the back of the pack. He's going to have to make his moves when he can. He's going to be stuck on the outside, though, when we go back to green flag conditions. As we see Stabnow.
Yeah, it's going slow. I believe he might have blown an engine, or he's trying to get someone into position. I believe that's what's going on.
Yep.
Yeah, he's speeding back up, so I think he's just trying to get into position. I believe that's because John Onbacher of the 089 received the lucky dog and is trying to get as many positions as he can because he's trying to get back in line. So. And
Right.
with the drivers pitting, I believe we have a new top 5, Wes.
Yeah, we got Mark Walls out front. We're going to have Dee Palmer right beside him, either the left or the right. We don't know which one Mark is going to pick. Chad Barker, Ryan Maines in third and fourth, and Jared Morgan, fresh face to the top 5. Looks like Mark Walls is going to take the outside lane.
Yeah, just came over the radio, so he'll be on the outside, and 2 trucks behind him will be the 46. Let's see if the 46 can maybe get down in front of the 1, his teammate, maybe in front of the 96 if he doesn't get a good restart.
And let's see who spins their tires. Getting ready to go.
All right, Mark Walls has control of the field. Looks like he's gone. Green flag. 17 didn't spin him. 46 did not get a good jump right there.
Yeah, 46 is stuck behind these guys. Well, the 29 is getting out into the lead. The 46 struggling on the bottom. The 17 going 3 wide. 46. That is going to put him in the middle there. 3 wide. That's not going to work. Caution will come out easily. Caution will come out. The 46 trying to catch it. As he does, but a little bit of damage. They went 3 wide. Unfortunately, I guess they weren't aware that they were 3 wide, and they just sandwiched the 46 of Sean Breitzman.
That's going to put
For
Breitzman.
a quick moment there, they were technically 4 wide on that backstretch.
All right, well, let's see if these front runners come in.
Yeah, it looks like the 17 wasn't against the wall. The 46 was clearly as high as he could go, could not go any lower, and the 96 just came up and completed that sandwich. So nothing the 46 could do.
Especially when
maybe lift.
Yeah, 46 is going to have to come down now and try and repair that damage. Maybe use his quick repair with only 23 laps to go. Really no reason to waste it, assuming he didn't use it last time. So see if he can gain anything.
Good to see Brian Barnes get the lucky dog on this caution. And that's definitely going to put Breitzman way in the back there. We're going to have 11 trucks on the lead lap, so best he can start is 10th.
Yeah, now Brian Barnes did receive the lucky dog there, so he will be in 11th because we'll have to start at the tail end of the field here. So Sean Breitzman will probably be in the 10th position, as it looks like actually the Ryan Maines is actually on pit lane, so that'll move Sean up another position, so maybe a 9th it seems.
Let's see the lights come off of the pace car here as we are closing.
So is
this race.
If we're looking right, Ottenbacher is the first truck with 4 fresh tires, correct? In 6th.
That is correct. But we have pretty wide trucks in front of them.
Yeah, just checking through. Got LaViolette back there, Wayne Breitzman. You know he's fuming in 9th. Meanwhile, Mark, you know he is an incredibly difficult person to pass. Is D going to be bumper enough to make something happen?
Well, he's going to have Andrew Williams on his back bumper when he restarts if he wants to pick the outside lane, as he's going to do. Let's see if that 67 has something to say about it. As Katie likes to say, that's her Mr. Excitement.
Yes,
in the series.
If you look up aggression, there's a picture of the 67 truck in the dictionary.
Oh, you can see it already. This is going to be good, folks. 19 laps to go as they cross the start and finish line. Mark Walls going to have control of the field, working the field out of turn number 4. There they go, green flag.
Ooh, nice start by the 67. He's going to clear that 23 into the first turn there.
Oh,
Jet start by him. The 18 gets out of whack. 96 is spinning. Oh, 68 is going to turn. So many drivers. Caution is not out. Oh,
nope,
the one spins the 85 to complete it. And the
46
turns the guy
Brody.
on his hood.
Caution.
That is the 85 of Scott Kukas on his hood.
Forward drive there towards the end of that little run we just did.
Oh, my goodness.
That's just crazy action happening back there.
I don't think I can list every driver involved in that accident because I believe it's the entire field at this
Basically
point.
from 4th on back.
Yeah, 4th on back. I think I agree with that. I mean, everyone got a little piece of something there in the 18.
And what is Chad Barker doing?
I don't know what the 18 is doing. I wish I knew.
Mr. Twinkies looking for some more M&Ms.
Yeah, possibly. Quite possibly. Well, let's see if we get. See if we. I don't think I can truly comment on that with what happened. So many things happened there. We had, I think, about 3 different wrecks because of what was going on. We had people sliding all over the track trying to catch their trucks. I believe it initially started with a 089 spinning the 18. Then we had a couple of drivers get out of whack again. So it's been pretty crazy that time.
And the
Yes.
The
yes,
089.
That
yes.
seemed
And
like a
then,
good foobar.
the 089 is the first truck with 4 tires on his ride. He's gonna be starting
Yeah.
behind Mark Walls if he chooses to run the outside lane.
I believe I actually think the 67's got a pretty clean truck. So the 67 might have something for him here. Let's see. I mean, that was an excellent restart.
I'm looking
Yeah.
at a pretty flawless couple of these guys. They must have recently gotten some upgrades done.
Yeah, there's only half the field are on the lead lap here, so we've got actually a little bit more. 11 trucks on the lead lap so far. Sean Brightsman actually, unfortunately, fell a lap down because of all of that madness. So he will be the first car 1 lap down, and in fact, the only car 1 lap down. So he should fall easily into a lucky dog if it were to come out immediately. But other than that, I just it's going to be tough to see him drive through this field.
All right, lights are off the pace car. We are gonna go back green with right around.
Yeah, it looks like Walls is going to take the inside instead of the outside, which has been the more preferred line for a lot of these restarts.
13 to go here.
Yes, indeed,
As we
13 when they cross the line.
They cross the line. Here comes Ottenbacher. Mark Walls, he's gone.
Green flag.
Yes, indeed, D. Palmer challenging the 67 now with that nice restart of his own. Let's see, back behind him, the 68 diving in, going to move the 96 out of whack before, going to hit him behind. That 67 did get pushed back 1 spot by the 23 D. Palmer. Does D. Palmer have anything for the 29 here? We saw him battling earlier in the race, but Mark Walls for now is pulled away by just a couple car lengths on them.
Andrew Williams wanting to get that second place back right now, working their way off of turn 2. I think he's running out of tire.
Yeah, keeping an eye on the back of the pack right now. The 18 truck of Chad Barker trying to make his way through the field will clear the 96 of Jared Morgan that moves him in position. See if he can make a late race charge here, but he's going to need a little bit of help here. Yeah, we've got a couple cars side by side. Andy Vogt side by side with the 91, now side by side with the 24. Can't really decide who he wants to battle with. He's going to get cleared here.
Looks like D. Palmer, he's trying to run down to 29. 29 just looking like he has the better truck right now.
Yeah, running out of laps with about 8 laps to go.
A smart move from Mark Walls to use his teammate there as a pick between him and the 089 and the 67, as I believe we got side by side back there. 17 got around John Ottenbacher for 4th.
Yeah, they had a real quick battle. Ottenbacher wisely gave up just a little bit of room, while the 68 is...
That's going to bring up the caution.
Fouled him up.
We'll have a little sprint.
Yes, indeed. Just crossed the line for 7 to go, so we'll get about 2 laps, 2 or 3 on this restart once we get going again. Got to get everyone caught up, though. looking at that replay, we clearly just got punted by the 68 of Gary LaViolette. The 1 had nowhere to go, 4 had nowhere to go, 18 had nowhere to go, and because of that, each got a little bit of action there. Now the good news is Sean Brightsman will be your lucky dog winner. The bad news, he will be back into the 12th position. You see him going around the almost hitting the 23 of D. Palmer. Got to be careful there, but he will get the lucky dog. So that'll put him on the tail end. Apparently, he did not get enough damage in that wreck to warrant not being awarded the lucky dog.
Should have about 2 or 3 laps to go. Restart this race. That is going to be the last restart of the night. You got Dog Bear teammates sitting there in the front row, Walls and Palmer. I'm pretty sure Walls is gonna try to take the outside this time, as that was the preferred line pretty much all race. And he doesn't want that 67 behind him, I can tell you that much. 67's here to win it, as well as the 17. So he's really got a double-edged sword, and he's going to have to get a good jump on his restart in order to keep that 29 truck out in front.
Yeah, I'm going to point out real quick, the 29, the 23, and the 67 all finished in the top 5 of last race. So they're all used to being up front here. I wonder if one of them are going to take a little bit of a gamble to try and get past Mark Walls. Mark Walls, as you might know if you've tuned in before, is our season-long winner. Now, our season has only been 2 races, but he's won both, and he's looking to win a 3rd.
He's going to have just a few more corners to try to pull that off. You know, Drew Lalonde, he's been driving aggressively. As aggressive we've seen him. 67 is looking really aggressive. And look at that.
He's going to elect to pick the inside lane and have Williams start right behind him.
Yes, indeed. Williams giving a little bit of
there it is.
just tiniest shot to the bumper, letting him know, hey, I'm here. I'm back here. You better get a good clean restart here, or I might dive in there. I don't put it past him.
Here it goes. All right, for the final time tonight, here we go. Coming out turn 4. Mark Walls is gone. Green flag is back out.
What a
not get a good
restart by
start.
Pete Palmer. Goodness, what a restart indeed, as he gets cleared of the 67 pretty easily. Mark Walls, though, starting to pull away, putting a few car length lead out in front of the 23 as they all go single file basically through the top 5 of first races between the 1 and the 089.
White flag.
But Mark Walls leading him up front, unless the 23 makes a desperate move, which I don't imagine it happening. They are teammates.
Nope, not going to do it. Mark Wall's going to make his way through turns 3 and 4, and he is going to win here for the 3rd time this season at Martinsville for the Sasquatch Crossing 75.
It looks like everyone behind them are going to keep it all in line and finish them out.
Yes, indeed. No wreck towards the end of that race. Really, really good to see that. Everyone trying to battle hard, and actually Ryan Maines with Cape sideways out of turn 4 and almost got caught for position at the line by Brian Barnes, but Barnes just couldn't get a nice run and just had nothing to produce there. But Barnes is going to finish in 6th position.
All right, and here comes Walls to light him up on the front stretch here.
Look inside the dip there. The 4 truck is also lighting him up.
Yeah, why not? Get a little piece of the action after that race. I think everyone deserves some time to relax.
Yep,
after
time
that
to
one.
blow off some steam and let the frustration weave off of you. Say your apologies, hug it out.
Yeah,
be
just
getting-
really unfortunate towards the end there. Had a lot of bad action, but these guys, they have the talent. It's just certain situations comes down to just trying to be as best a driver as you can.
Well, Brightsman had a phenomenal run tonight, but Mark Walls pulled off yet another win in the Northwest Truck Series.
Should have your finishing results up in just a few moments here. And of course, your winner here, number 29, Mark Walls, third winner of the season. D. Palmer is going to come home in second. Andrew Williams in a hard-fought third. Gary LaViolette, after a lot of adversity all day, is going to come home in fourth. Top five is going to be Ryan Maines, Brian Barnes in sixth, Chad Barker in seventh, John Ottenbacher in eighth, Wayne Hutchinson falling back to ninth, and Andy Vogt, after a rough day, is going to round out your top 10. Jared Morgan in 11th. Sean Brightsman, after a dominating day, is going to come home in 12th. 13th goes to Jeff Stabnow. Scott Kukas in 14th. Scott Hutchinson in 15th. Dan Stussy in 16th. 17th went to Gary Nichols. Drew Lalonde in 18th. Kip Leo in 19th. And DNSs for Carl Burke and Trayton Barrington.
Yes, indeed. That was a rough race, I think, by most means, and just really unfortunate what happened to Sean Brightsman. But we're gonna focus on our top three here. Gonna pull Andrew Williams up into the booth. He was your third place finisher, right on the podium. Andrew Williams, you got us, bud?
Yeah, I got you, Katie.
Fantastic.
Great run for the Hungry Dragon truck again.
Yes, indeed. Finished third last week for anyone tuning in to the first time this week. Andrew Williams having a great run there. It looked like it was a little back and forth for you trying to get up through the field there, trying to avoid all the accidents that happened. How do you think your race went?
Yeah, I qualified 7th. My teammates and I, Atlas finishers, we were working on a setup, and it was pretty good for the long haul. But the Red Dog guys, or the Dog Bear guys, they were killing me on those restarts because they're all on TeamSpeak together, and they got the jump. But I got I managed to pull through at the end there with 30 laps to go. I pitted. And then some of the leaders stayed out, and then right on that restart, we had that big wreck. I went from like 8th back up to 4th. So I'll take the Hungry Dragon Sauce Barbecue truck to 3rd place. Would have been nice to win, but well, you got to do it one at a time, I guess.
Well, Williams, man, we were excited watching. We thought you may have something there. You had a fast Hungry Dragon truck, and we thought you might be able to pull something there with the Dog Bear guys. Do you think you have anything coming in for next week? You've had great success last two races in a row.
Where are we? I don't even know where we're at next week, but yeah, I just it's just a lot of determination. I've been online racing now for 23 years. I used to race at Portland Speedway in real life when Biffle was there, and not in the same class, but after 23 years, you just learn patience and aggression and combine the two and hit your breaking points, hit your marks. But yeah, it's great to get a 3rd place. I thought I was going to get Mark there at the end because I know he stayed out, but they got the jump on me on those few restarts, and then I couldn't get it. But great run. Yeah, I'll take it.
Yep, and next week we are at Kansas doing the 150 there. So start boning up on your intermediate track.
Oh, Kansas, gotta love that high groove there. But yeah, I love short track racing. Actually, Martinsville reminds me of a lot of what I used to do at Portland Speedway, same kind of shaped track. So, but yeah, I got to thank you guys too, OCTV, Off Camber TV. You guys do a hell of a job. Yeah, great run.
All right, man. Go celebrate with the team. Go have a great night, and we will be seeing you on here, OCTV Kansas Northwest Truck Series next week.
All right, guys, take care. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy Williams having a great finish there. I actually was noticing he was coming up through the field rather nicely, keeping that truck clean, and just unfortunate couldn't get there right at the end. But someone who got even closer than he did, that was D. Palmer finishing in the 2nd position. D, you got your ears on.
I got him.
Fantastic. You might need those. It seemed that we had a caution-heavy race there, but for the most part, you held on and tried to get through it. How do you think your race went?
It went pretty good. I mean, I'm happy with it. I had a little contact that was my fault. I had a little bit of contact that wasn't my fault. We survived it. It was a fun race. The admins did a great job through that little part in the middle when the server weirded out on us. It was a fun race.
Yeah, hats off to all of you racers that took your time, figured out how to just get yourself lined up. That had to be stressful, and also taking you out of that game while you're driving. How were you able to come back from that and to focus and to get back into that second spot?
I just try to hit my marks, keep my focus, try to keep moving forward.
Man, you guys did a great job. Put on yet again a fantastic show. I've told everybody week in, week out, Martinsville is one of my top favorite tracks on the service and in the real world. You guys put on a great show.
Yeah, it was a fun race. Lots of hard racing out there. Martinsville's fun.
All right, anybody want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, I want to thank Dog Bear, Mark, and Mark did a great job with setups this week. Really helped us out. All the Dog Bear guys, everybody that shows up to race, everybody that supports it. Volt Vapes, Hungry Dragon, Sim Stuff, Wells Beard Cove, Sasquatch Crossing. Bunch of great people helped put this on. I appreciate every one of them.
All right, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for being a part of the show. And we will see you next week at Kansas.
Should be fun.
Yes, indeed. I agree. I'm extremely excited for Kansas. I know that these guys on those intermediate tracks tend to have a lot more racing side by side. Obviously, they're able to hold it down there and try to compete against each other because this is a really good field. They tend to be quite on the same speed levels all throughout the field, so it's really fun to watch them, especially on those tracks. And we're gonna move on to our first place finisher, our winner for tonight, and that is Mr. Mark Walls. You've seen him before. I'm sure you'll see him again. Mark Walls, how do you think your race went?
And that race was eventful. There, there was a lot going on for sure.
Why? What happened? I didn't notice.
Oh,
Did you,
just
did you notice? I
a little bit of everything. I thought I saw a truck on the roof at one point going
There
down
was
the
a
straightaway.
couple of them doing that.
a couple times actually.
NASCAR had some problems with their timing and scoring and couldn't figure out where we were supposed to be, so that took a little bit to get lined back up. Just eventful.
Man, you guys had a Saturday night race happen right there.
Yeah, it was definitely intense. There was a lot of bumping going on. I was real set with just riding behind Sean. He's super fast here, and I was fine running behind him. And that late caution, track position is so huge with the cautions we had. I chose to stay out, and it was definitely the right move.
Now, speaking of right moves, you made a lot of calls to be on the high side on a lot of those restarts. What were you doing with all of that?
Yeah, we were trying to pull a Joe Gibbs Racing and you know give a preferred line to a teammate. We're all there battling for the wins, but at the same time, we're all out there working together. So you got to use the team for that, and we definitely showed it. It did help with some of the restarts, but when it came down to the end, it was every man for himself.
Oh man, yeah, you guys had some amazing battles throughout. Congratulations on the amazing setup. All the Dogbear guys were fast. The Atlas guys were fast. Andrew Williams was yet again. He was there. He was ready to bang on your door if he could sniff up to you. You kept getting those awesome restarts, and that's where you've been strongest. This all last year, all this year. You and a couple of your guys, when you are on the pole, you are able to get 2, 3 car lengths every single time.
Yeah, and restarts weren't that they weren't easy. Starting, especially in the low lane, with any kind of laps on the tires, we were getting some wheel spin. So definitely going through the gears, we were moving around a little bit. So it might have looked like some good jumps, but it was still a little sideways for some of us.
All right, man. Well, once again, it's come to that time of night. Who do you got to give shout outs to?
Yeah, I got to give a big shout out to Sasquatch Crossings for putting on the show for us. They're our main race sponsor for tonight, and we're glad to have them on board. Yet again, Walls Beard Co. back in victory lane. Get out, wallsbeardco.com for all those beard needs. And I got to thank Sarge's Place, the Hungry Dragon, Volt Vapes, everybody who's part of this series, and got to thank you guys, man. OCTV put on an amazing broadcast. It's awesome to go back and watch, and this was definitely eventful, so I'm sure there was a lot going on. And I can't wait to watch this thing.
Dude, well, have yourself a great night. Go grab a beer, go push the replay, and let's have some fun times tonight.
That's it.
Well, much appreciated, Mark Wallace. Congratulations again on your win. And we will catch you at Kansas. So thank you so much for joining us here. I just want to say, as we move on to final thoughts, quick shout outs to the 68 of Gary LaViolette, who finished right outside of the podium in fourth. What a great race. Way to hang on there. Qualified 12th, ended up finishing in fourth, and right behind him, Ryan Maines. Qualified 11th, finishing in fifth. So a couple of guys picking up quite a bit of positions here, and even in reverse. Unfortunate, really, really unfortunate for Sean Brightsman. Qualified on the pole, led 118 laps today, but unfortunately just could not bring it home.
Yeah, it's yet again an amazing show put out by the Northwest Truck Series. Phenomenal job by Brightsman, but just keeps getting bit. Mark Wall's taking advantage and able to pull home that trophy yet again. It's getting tougher for him to pull that off, though. So looking forward to seeing what he's able to do next week at Kansas. One of the first time we're visiting an intermediate this year, so it should be good.
Yeah, next week is, of course, Kansas for the Sim Stuff 150. 100 lapper there. But yeah, good race here tonight. Um, just, a lot of action out on the track. And looking at the standings here, it looks like Mark Walls has pulled away a little bit more. D. Palmer jumps up into the second position, 20 points back, in a three-way tie for third between Wayne Hutchinson, Ryan Mays, and John Ottenbacher, 24 points back apiece. So for everybody here at OCTV, Katie, Donovan, Cafe, working the ones and twos in the booth, and myself, Wes Demess, we are OCTV, and we are out.